America is the land of the free. We have the power to decide where to go to the toilet. Yeah. Anyway, so or any who you can say it too. Recently, I watched Married with Children again. I have the DVD there. It's always good when I cancel my Netflix subscription. Then I have Scrubs as DVDs, and Married with Children, and Alf. That's pretty good actually. Okay, what I need is Seinfeld. Yeah, I should get myself Seinfeld. So let's continue. Yeah, so overlay. Yeah, look. You wanna check out how I modeled this guy? Check out Project Lara. That's my Blender channel. And I also wanna show you something before we start. Don't worry, just briefly. Blender, here we go. See, this is just the beginning on how I would get started. See? And wouldn't that be nice? I'm not sure if I work on this. I should actually work on my main scene. But I do like to experiment with that. Okay, so while I love this controller because it's new, everything I created which is new I like better than the old version, whatever it is usually. It's too distracting for this kind of game, unfortunately. At the same time, I like playing this one right now very much. Yesterday I watched I watched German truck documentations. In the German one, the guy said, "Oh, there's war on the streets. No one gives you an inch, everybody." And then I watched today just a YouTube video of not a documentary, just a English title, but a German truck on the German Autobahn. And he pointed out how great the German quality asphalt is. So see how people get used to things, and then when we get used to that, we start complaining about the best things we have. So yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, it's very interesting. But and then I was shocked yesterday. So in the documentation, the guy said when he started out working for the company first, he made 2,000 euro brutto, means before tax. And so that is really not enough money. I mean, he's the whole week driving the truck, and then you get it's not sustainable. But I think that was his old job, so he probably got a better company now. And there is one, as much as I probably romanticize this kind of thing in the truck simulator. Quick job. Yeah, let's get something before. This looks cool actually. The shape, not the color. Yeah, also giving up on trying to find my truck. I'm gonna just Nevada, California, here we go. What a stupid song. I really hate this. I hate it so much because people love it so much. And then it's not the only reason. Just it doesn't sound any good. I do not know. California, here we go. So there is no high in this. This is just it's going for the high, for the peak of the song, and it just passes by. It just decides to be distracted like I am, and going nowhere. I don't know. That's how it feels to me. So what we're gonna do now? So we see here. This is actually here's the time, and this is the, what is that? Let's see. No, this looks funny. Let's get with this guy here. Let's get this guy. And while we are loading, let me. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. Yeah, it's new again. It's new. Okay, so let's get started now. Serious work now. We have to do. Why is my mirror gray? Yes, oil companies, I like them the best. They have the best trucks, the most money. It feels so comfortable working for those soulless bastards. Yeah, let's get started. Yeah, fuck the earth, get more oil. Fuck the earth and get more oil. That is the spirit. Yeah. Okay, be careful this thing. And I checked. Sorry. Oh, you know what? Not sorry, but I have to change the positions. I modified my table. I think this is a great song. Yeah, they are pretty long. Yeah. This is a typical town, which, you know, so many movies I've seen. You know, like not those high quality movies, more those Sunday evening movie day, you know, like not low quality, but in the middle, you know, not the best movie, not the worst, just a feel good movie, or interesting enough movie about something which already I forgot. Yeah. Ba 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 da ba. How deep this simulation here goes, I don't know if this is programmed into the game that when you carry less fuel, you maybe also need less fuel. Meaning it's probably, I could imagine. Again, I don't have a driving license, but I'm logically thinking sometimes, not all the time. So the more you carry, the more you have to, you know, use force in order to get the truck moving. And if the fuel tank is full, that's a lot of weight. So you would burn more fuel with a full tank, right? Also more dangerous, probably, I could imagine. And you know what? Actually, when we carry cargo, anyway, let's stick to the topic. So I don't know if this is programmed into the game. This kind of behavior that you have, if you carry more fuel, you burn a little bit more. Yeah. But there certainly is skill points we can use to skill being more efficiently. But this is boring. It's very boring as a skill. Would be better to have this in the, you know, that you don't. It would be better if you as a player could you know, when you drive economically, meaning like I do this right now wrong, I stop harshly and I drive fast, you know, and this way I think I burn the most fuel. I don't think the game is taking this too seriously, which is fine. It's just a simulation and a pretty one. But as a skill, it's very boring to point, you know, because you as a player don't really make it, you know, you don't change. It's just a skill. That's boring. I like the other thing better, the long distance. That makes sense to me. that you skill long distance because people heard that you can drive very well. So it makes sense to me that this is a skill. Also that you can carry fragile cargo because companies know their driver. They know, this guy might be capable of carrying those fragile cargo. He has proven himself to be a good, reliable driver. So those things make sense, they are fun. But just skilling that you do be a more efficient is I don't like it. It feels boring. Anyway. Anyhow, that's what he said, the guy, Al Bundy. Or anywho, I think. Anywho, he said, I think. Yeah. Yeah, this sitcom was always funny. It was funny in the German language, meaning when it was dubbed or synchronized and replaced the audio completely in the German, and then re-watching it in the original, very funny. I mean, that's cool. That is I like about this. When I was younger, I never really liked Married with Children's. Like, it felt evil, or I felt not that I disliked it. It felt like I don't think I should like that because it felt just evil. But when you get older, and I think also in the sitcom later on, it's not pure evil. It's funny, but there is also some positive aspects to that. So, like they stick around together, they still love each other, right? But they treat each other with jokes, which is not necessarily evil. If you can do that, that's great. We can also joke in my relationship, but it's more difficult because our girlfriend is from Japan, and has a lot of experience with, she has been in Chicago even, and but there is still this little bit of Japanese. Sometimes she doesn't think about that. It's sarcasm. She understands it much better. Meanwhile, every fucking time this stupid thing here. Every time I forget about this. I think because I don't see that so well. I think when a truck starts, everything is just ready to go. I think when it's at night, But anyway, so we always get this little fine here. Yeah, so sarcasm is not a thing in Japan at all. And we had a guy over, Taro, a younger Japanese guy for a few days, a while ago already. And yeah, he confirmed that it's very interesting. They don't really have a concept. They understand it's there. They understand, but they don't really grow up with sarcasm as a thing, or that it's funny, or that it can be funny. And to be honest, I always thought, yeah, it's super funny, but it's also not necessarily funny, It can be very confusing. It can be extremely condescending. It depends really on the context. Yeah. Anyway, I was thinking, there is a podcast I think you can add to the channel. Maybe I should add this as a podcast also, because it's actually, or maybe just creating a new section, like podcast and gameplay or something like that, because that's what it is. I think always babbling, and then I can sometimes also record. Fuck yourself, really. What the fuck, you stupid game. I thought it's already. You cannot really see that so well. Yeah, let's go into this menu. I have no idea what's happening here. I mean, it is really. Alter, why is this on anyways? Why the heck is this on? Why would I turn this on in the first place? This really makes me upset because it's so stupid. Why would that be by default on? Anyway, but that's good for you if I get upset. That's actually entertaining. There's nothing more boring than watching a guy and nothing happens. But so people liked when I play the game XCOM, because first of all, the game is very popular. It's a very unique game. I have to go to the right side. Yeah. Now let me turn on the mirror if I can, if I remember the keys here. I can either press this guy. No. Yeah, let's use it today like that. And then we have the other. Let's use it like that a little bit because I don't want to change the FE. Although that makes me crazy. The right one is okay. The left one is so it doesn't feel right in a weird way. Okay, we have to adjust the FOV a little bit. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. So, where was I? What was I talking about? I forgot. We in Germany have a phrase, when we don't remember what we were talking about, it wasn't important. Or a saying, it's not a phrase, more like a saying. And that is true, yeah. Oh, XCOM, now I remember. So it's obviously very important. Yeah, XCOM is not a game for me. However, a part of me liked the game, liked playing the game, because there is, I do not know how to describe that. I like sometimes playing strategy games, and in competition while I'm playing, I like it. But I do not like the stress of it, the constant stress when I in competition play a strategy game like a Supreme Commander against a friend. So I rather play in co-op with people, in cooperation. So that's my nature. It's more, I'm a more co-op nature. I don't like the competition always. I like it, I don't think it's a bad thing, but it should not be always, no matter what competition. What I love is getting good as a team together. I like that a lot. Everybody has to know his and no stupid actions, you know. So when we play as a team, I want people to play as good as possible as a team, not one, one. How do you say that? In a shooter, for example, that one man just goes forward and tries to kill as many people as possible because then he has the most headshots or something. That is not a team play, you know. This is just a loner basically. So to work the best, meaning everybody has some skills and combine that and finish a mission together as a team. I like that usually the best. But I played Battlefield 2. I enjoyed that too, just being good at the game and yeah. Anyway, but XCOM again. So a part of me likes it, and the other part it was just at the time too overwhelming to play and too much information to compute. But what people liked is when I find myself struggling. That was the most enjoyable. I think this is the most enjoyable part for people because it's a little bit drama. You can see, now he's struggling. Let's see, maybe he gets it, maybe not, and then then you appreciate both. If I able to win, it's good, but it has to be like not an easy win, right? And if I lose, it's also good, but it should not be an easy lose. That's probably the best, the most interesting part for people. I can imagine. I do not know. I always here I'm in a void. I have so little input. I never know what's up. So I cannot say for sure, but that's what I think. I think also because I got one comment, guy saying that I think it's he likes when, the audience likes it the most probably. So yeah. So XCOM, yeah, the first one is a great game. I bought the second one, never played it. I bought some games in the sale on GOG for saving, but right now I only play what I wanna play, and for the time I wanna play it, because you know, this is what's the point here of this little channel anyways, you know, if I don't have fun. So that's the most important thing. And this the truck simulation right now, it's so relaxing. And sometimes I play also for myself. Don't think that I constantly just talk here. I also start Euro Truck Simulator and just shut up or watch a documentation about trucks and drive trucks at the same time. It's very relaxing. It's extremely relaxing. I'm getting too fast. I gotta be careful. I get a fine for everything. When we reach a destination, I have minus. No, anyway. Yeah. Stupid table. Stupid tables here. There's so many rocks. No, man, I mean, now I understand why you guys do see so many UFOs. I mean, it makes totally sense, you know? Look how many streets you have where there's almost nothing. That means you always see a huge percentage of the sky compared to European cities, for example, right? In European, everything is full with lights, basically. There is a town here, a town there, a city here, a city there. And here you have streets without nothing. No, yeah, of course you see more stuff like UFOs. Or, you know, so you definitely have aliens. No, but it makes sense. Look at this. You know, look at the even, yeah. I think that is, so I think UFOs are not more interested in America. You guys basically have more opportunity to actually look at the sky, which then I don't understand why you guys not being more on the spiritual side, huh? How can you look at this and be like, I gotta go to McDonald's? I don't, whatever. No. And then also I could imagine that this sky is rarely blocked, right? It's not much rain going on anyway, so you always see the sky and the stars. Of course you see more. I mean, it makes really sense. Yeah. Only sad thing nowadays, you don't know anymore what you see. You could be a UFO, which is still an unidentified object, or it could just be any like a stupid drone again. Not every drone is stupid. My brother tried to make a little business with his drone. So my brother's drone is an exception. Best drone ever. But every other drone is stupid. Yeah, but this one is really stupid. Why is this? Please, why is this turned on by default? I don't know. I really. I mean, I was thinking always like maybe I turn it on accidentally, but it seems to be always I have to check that before I drive, which is really stupid. Maybe it's a thing like when you rent maybe it's meant like this. When you rent a truck, and we're gonna get some fuel in Yuma. When you rent a truck, maybe the driver before you forgot to turn it off. Maybe that's how the game wants you to check everything before you get started, right? That's still, I don't like this. Why is this default? It shouldn't be a default. It shouldn't be turned on by default. That's a proper sentence. Although I watched like American documentations, I can even prove that I did this because I've heard the phrase "you may don't know" in American as American. I think it was something like, crap. Not sure if I nailed that, but something like a dust sleep or something like that. So somebody is dust sleeping or something like that, or dirt sleeping or something, dirt or dust, I don't remember anymore. And that basically means the guy is dead, drop dead. Yeah. Oh shit! I forgot to get some fuel here. Oh, now it's gonna be a tricky thing. Maybe I can turn around. I think I can do this. I think there was an exit here. Yeah, we have to get the other exit. So now let's shut up for a while to focus. Otherwise I'm gonna stuck here. Arizona. And I think while we're at this, we could rest, but I like the night. Yeah, I like the night is a sentence. Yeah, I can say that. Am I allowed to drive to the right? I think so, right? Because there was the arrow pointing only. I'm not sure if I make a mistake right now. No, I think I was allowed to drive like that. Okay, I really wasn't sure right now if this is if the green light is for me or for the people. Oh, for the people. The green light for the people. Ah, here we go. So what's first? Fuel. Yeah, let's get some fuel first, and then we can think about taking a break. Oh. There is nothing for me to get some gas here. Okay, then I need the other one. Or maybe in the... Okay. Maybe there's a... Okay. Interesting. Also, I don't know how to... shit. Ah, it's so long. I think that's probably the reason why it's not meant for trucks here. Huh? Let's get out of here. It's too narrow everything. I'm wasting here my time. Let's try to the other one. And you know what? Let's fuck it. I'm using this exit now. It's night. No one sees me. No one except the cop. They will pull me over. So, sir, have you noticed doing anything wrong? I was driving as usual, officer, sir. That's I'm from Europe. That's how we drive in Europe. I didn't know it was. I didn't know. Please. Oh, what is that? We can wait ourselves too. Let's do. No, I don't want to wait. Just I need gas first. Here we go. You know, there's always a little detail which always annoyed me. I'm gonna fix this now. What is that anyways? Oh, this is my microphone. No, what is that? Nothing. I have like a media playing, but no. So Reifen, there is the filter. And I don't like the transparency actually. It's small, it's so small there in the corner anyway, so it doesn't, they have to be transparent a little bit. Looks better to me. So, and if this looks better to you, I don't give a shit right now. It's not big, so you have to be happy with that. So, let's see. I know what I said. This is never going away. It's always going to be funny as a man. So let's see. Could we park here somewhere? No. I don't think so. No. Okay. Well, then let's get. There's a resting place over there. Could we go? Yeah, let's do this. Let's drive over there. Now we could just rest like that. That's good. Just in the middle of the street. Why not? Blocking every other truck driver. Yeah, so the documentation I watched was a woman also. Truck driving, and she said she loves her job, but she is never stepping out at night. I mean, it was an older documentation, the documentary docu, but that's what she said. Can I go? Yeah, I can go. And I think a big problem, I don't know how old the truck drivers get, but that's actually the problem when you have to drive for hours, right? You're sitting basically. That's not good for your blood circulation. So this is actually, I think they should get paid well for that reason because this is harmful for your whole body, you know. No, this limited movement you have in the legs, especially combined with the food you eat probably, which is not super healthy because you cannot cook on the way yourself. So you are more at risk for cardio stuff, I would guess, you know. So also, what can you do? You cannot really, I mean, you can, when you take a rest somewhere, you cannot run usually, there's not much space, but you can run, do some exercise in front of your truck. But I think other truck driver will look at you like, what's the pussy doing there? You know? So, yeah. So this is definitely not, this is the downer. I think you have to really, if you don't drive, compensate that. I mean, yeah, in a bureau you also sit, but here you cannot move your legs around freely. Like even in the bureau you can do that. You can get up, you know, like every 20 minutes if you want, stretch your back. You can't do this in driving the truck. It's so close, this word. Driving the truck at the same time. I am the one and only. Badass police incoming without a driver, that's good. Then I don't have to be afraid. There is no officer pulling me over if the car is empty. That's, by the way, what Nostradamus said. He said, I see vehicle driving without drivers. I can foresee the future. And drones. Yeah, he was very specific. And Amazon is becoming very popular. Nah. I make a prediction. The Earth will turn into a cube and we all play Minecraft. Fucking Microsoft. Ruined the game for me. And this guy, he became so rich. I mean, good for him. I don't know. Usually I don't, this guy, I think, why not, But it's such a great game. Why giving it to Microsoft? Yeah, because of them. Yeah, lots of money. And Microsoft, they kept it, luckily, they kept Microsoft like it was, kinda. But then, of course, they had to add those stupid skins and then selling stuff, which is ruined the thing for. You're giving this to kids. This is a kids game. Yeah, I mean also for grown-ups, but it's a great game for kids. It's an awesome game for creativity. It's so sad seeing those things, microtransactions and stuff like that, in those kind of games targeted for kids, This world is sometimes, about those things I get so pissed off when I think about this. But a really great game for kids, really. It's creativity wise, it's it's cute, it's teaches you a little bit, it teaches you, you get an idea of what is coal and the earth, makes sense, and so on, and then you can build buildings using really your imagination. That's a great thing. It's absolutely awesome. Better than most other games, Also Terraria is also a good game. 2D Minecraft and pretty good game. I played that for a while. And again, stupid games are really Fortnite. Yeah, it's fun though. If you play this with your friends, stupid games, that's okay. But you're not really getting much out of that. You're getting, like I said earlier, just usually, I really have to ask Mikey, the son of my cousin, what he thinks are the benefits playing a game like Fortnite. Yeah, I should do that. Then I can tell you, because you know I'm too far. I'm out of touch with those kind of games. Yeah, this is fun. I can keep accelerating and not reaching the limit. That feels good. I think we are just too heavy. We cannot even reach the speed limit. And I still remember from yesterday, 1 mile is 1.6 kilometer, approximately 1.6 kilometer. So I think we have still like 220 something estimated kilometer to drive when it's 180 miles. Estimating it, not calculating it. If you wanna be my love, why Spice Girls always pop in my head when I play this game? I don't know. You gotta go with my friends. Making love is easy. Friendship never ends. Yeah, I checked on Steam for other simulations. I own the farming simulator 2012 or something. Again, I still stuck on this time period. That was my peak of everything, I think. And then, well, not the peak necessarily, but from this point on, everything new is not that appealing to me. It's also expensive. Those stupid games are so expensive. The new truck simulator is also. I mean, it's just what is the coming out every year? A new truck simulator. I mean, can it be so differently? I don't know. And yeah, it's crazy how much everything costs. €5 this game here, base game, €5. That's pretty. That's a great deal. Look how much gameplay you get out of this. In a sale, obviously. And what I've heard today, you know, I don't really watch game news as I did, you know, during 2012, for example. I was still in there. But what I still watch is once in a while the German. You know, there's some YouTube videos I still, you know, care a little bit for, but not for the games, more for the YouTube stuff. And angry, but not so much the German stuff. German stuff is maybe 10% German, 15, and the rest is just English as much as I can. Angry Joe show I watch almost all the time, you know, whenever they have like a talk about game industry and stuff. And mostly it's like that. I watch it and I think, I don't care about this game. I don't give a shit about this game. I don't care. It's not, you know, whatever. Do what you want. And so today's topic, I think, was about Borderlands 4. Not selling, claiming I think the CEO of the Borderlands whatever said something according to the lines that you can buy this game now because there will not, something like that probably, you will not get this game will not be on sale so fast. I mean, okay. I mean, stick the fucking Borderlands in your ass anyways. It's full. I think Borderlands 2 was a great game. And again, I'm gonna buy those things only in sale. They are too expensive. I don't feel comfortable buying, like spending 70 or whatever they want, $80 for sure. Not even $60 a year I spent for those games. This is too much money for a base game. This is too much money. It's a lot of money they want from people, and then you have so annoying characters, you know, like constantly talking, and like me right now. But this is a different format. Listen, this is, you can choose to listen to me or not, you know. This is like a free YouTube video. But in a game, you're constantly babbling. Every game you start, you know, there's this constant noise. Meanwhile, every game has that. No matter what you start with the modern games, you get constantly babbling in your ear. And you paid for that, you know, and then you get advertised. You may want to buy this or buy this or buy that. It's just, oh my god, it's what the fuck is going on with you can see that the devil working here. Really, it's yeah. And what do gamers do always? They buy it anyways. Me too. But I would say, while I'm not constantly strong and I get weak, I definitely did buy less and less and spend less money on certain games because I might not, you know, sometimes I get weak, but overall I have myself under control. I'm not buying crap. So sometimes, yeah, but you know. However, you know, I'm 42 years old. They are not interested in guys like me. They are interested in how they can manipulate, you know, younger gamers, you know, people who cannot really think straight, especially when you are very young. You're pumped with hormones. And they target those weak people. I'm not saying when you're young you're weak necessarily, but you're more likely to make spontaneous decisions. But there's a better way of saying that. Yeah, there's a word for that when you do. Yeah. Impulsive decisions. So you're more impulsive when you're younger and pumped with hormones. You know, when you're 16 years old, you know, and it's summer, it's a completely different feeling. You know, yesterday we got some groceries, you know, on the way back. I was thinking, it's such a nice, you know, it's summer, but it's not as hot. We had like one day 30-70 degree, and next day like 27, so completely different. And I was, you know, in the bus sitting, looking out the window and thinking, boy, you know, this is actually the time as a when I was young, which is extremely like it's so magical. It's full with potential. You don't know where you're going. Maybe this evening even, and maybe you're planning for the weekend already, and get ready for partying and stuff like this. And it feels so full with energy and magic a little bit, you know. And it has become now much more quiet. So much, you know. There is not this feeling of you don't know what's happening, you know. It's a different, you know, it's a different feeling. So the feeling of people, you know, we are all driven by feelings. It's so crazy, you know. It's not the world. It's not necessarily the world. It's the feeling. We are all driven by feelings. Even people who claim they are not. That's hilarious to me, to be honest. People who walk around and they look down on people who are more sensitive, and who they say they say things like yeah, you might be too sensitive because I'm not I'm a rational guy. I always do what I aim for a goal and I go for it. Yeah, but why do you do that? Why do you do that? Because you feel like that. This is a feeling. You don't see, you stupid fuck. This is what I mean. People are sometimes so blind to themselves that they cannot even admit that they have their own feelings. This is a greed. This is a feeling. Those are all feelings, and it's incredible to me that people walk around and not getting that, And I think the only thing I do wrong sometimes is to be too careful. I need to be more blind, or not need to be, but if I want to get my point across, I cannot always be like thinking if this is the right thing to say, if this is the wrong thing to say, because I like to get my point across. And I think there's this really, when you have CEOs walking around, I'm a rational guy, I have to lay off some people, I just have to make those decisions, and sometimes this might be even true. It's not necessarily that every CEO is a bad CEO, and it's not easy for human beings as well. Dealing with money is a weird thing for humans. They cannot do that well. So even you get used to what you have, and that's why if you wanna give away, you know what, let's keep that for another day. But yeah, I think that's already good enough. No, this cannot be it. I think this is no. I have to go delivered here. This looks like the gas station in the. Probably every gas station looks like that, I guess. Gas station encounter, I think I like to watch sometimes, where people steal. It's entertaining. Yeah, it's here actually, so that's interesting. Proceed to the unloading area. I should memorize that. Head towards the red flag on the unloading area. Well, let's proceed to the unloading area. Where is the unloading area? Is it here? No, this is the. Huh? I see. I see. It's here. Okay. Well, then we have to use a part of the street. No one there anyway, so lucky for us, we can just. Best part of the game. Not always though. good enough. The game is also a little bit forgiving here. It's not, you don't have to do it perfectly. Yeah, level 10. Workhorse, yeah. Arbeitstier, I think, again. So, in the Euro Truck Simulator, I actually found this one here. So we basically, you know, we have to, oh, this one here. And we just make more money and I don't see any negative aspect. Let's read this bullshit anyways. All cargo is valuable, but some loads are more valuable than others. Companies trust only proven experts to carry out these kinds of deliveries. As a reward, you will get, and then we get 5% higher reward for a high value, 80% more experience. So there's only a benefit here. There's no, it's even better than long distance probably. New upgrades, yeah, whatever. Yeah, so I think this is already enough. Yeah, it's an hour. Okay. Arigatou ne. Hoi, chotto matte. Chotto matte kudasai ne. Chotto matte kudasai, chotto matte kudasai. Isn't that beautiful? And if you wonder why the P, it stands for Project Lara. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely? It is. It is. Bye bye.